Hi, my name is Stephanie Reeves, and today I will be discussing routine infant circumcision and why you should care about it. Circumcision in and of itself is a medical procedure that should be accessible to those who need and request it. However, routine infant circumcision is something completely different. When we think of medical procedures, there's usually a definitive reason for why that procedure is needed. However, with routine infant circumcision, it's an elective procedure done without necessity. Foreskin is not a birth defect that should be removed, and it's actually an important part of the human anatomy for both males and females. So why is it offered? Routine infant circumcision at this time is offered because of its supposed preventative benefits, as outlined by the American Academy of Pediatrics from their African trial studies done in 2012. These benefits include decreased chances of UTI, HIV, and penile cancer. So let's discuss UTIs. According to American Family Physician, 2% of boys will develop a UTI by the age of 6, compared to 7% of girls who will develop a UTI by the age of 6. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, it could take up to 100 circumcisions to prevent just one UTI. So, since girls are more likely to develop UTIs than boys are, what are we doing to help prevent UTIs in girls? Well, we educate girls on proper hygiene and diet, and if they do develop a UTI, it's easily treatable with antibiotics or other medications that are non-invasive. UTIs, since they are easily treated, should be inconsequential to the circumcision debate. Now, let's discuss HIV. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, circumcision reduces the risk of HIV infection by 60%. That's a staggering number. Eric Klopper, who is a former Harvard employee, and he also has a show on YouTube called Sex and Circumcision, spoke out about the misleading data from the trial and how the AAP came to the 60% conclusion. So let's do the math. The African trials conducted by the AAP found that 2.5% of intact men, intact meaning not circumcised, had HIV. 2.5% had HIV, while only 1.2% of circumcised men had HIV. That is a 1.3% difference. So how did they come up with the 60% number? Well, they did something called a relevant risk reduction calculation. That said, 1.2% is about 60% less than 2.5%. So not only did they exaggerate the data, the AAP also reportedly admitted that only the circumcised trial group were taught how to use condoms. That would make a big difference, don't you think? So the claim that circumcision prevents HIV is just purely dishonest, and that's a fact. Finally, let's discuss penile cancer. Not only is penile cancer one of the most rarest cancers on the planet, but it is also exclusively affecting the elderly, giving no benefit for infants who are circumcised during routine infant circumcisions. Now, according to the AAP, it could take anywhere between 1,000 and 322,000 circumcisions to prevent just one case of penile cancer. What? Now, according to the American Cancer Society, men are more likely to develop breast cancer than penile cancer. Fewer than one man in 100,000 per year will develop penile cancer, while 1 in 1,000 will develop breast cancer. It would be more appropriate to remove the breast buds from infant males than circumcise their foreskins for preventative care. All of that to say that, no, routine infant circumcision does not prevent penile cancer in any true capacity. So are you convinced yet? If those facts didn't make you understand that circumcision is completely unnecessary, let me leave you with this thought. It is a fact that 80% of the world's men are not circumcised. If 50% of American males are circumcised, they belong within that 20% of the rest of the world who is. The rest of the civilized world thinks that we are weird. for circumcising our infants. So I want to encourage you to do your own research on the matter. You can access Eric Klopper's one-man show, Sex and Circumcision, on YouTube. He speaks on the facts and statistics in a comedic relief kind of way. There's also Brandon Murata's documentary. It's a great documentary. It's called American Circumcision. It was available on Netflix for a while, but now you can find it on Amazon. Websites you can visit include yourwholebaby.org and intactamerica.org. And once you've done the research, it will be easy to take action. The best way to take action against circumcision is just to speak up about its needlessness, and stop shaming comments surrounding penises that aren't circumcised, because penises come in all shapes and sizes just like vaginas and labias do. Foreskin is not a birth defect and shouldn't be treated as such. Foreskin is not dirty and shouldn't have that connotation. Women have foreskin and have to learn about genital hygiene. We can do the same for men. If we have access to water, we can have clean genitals. It's as simple as that. Thank you.